Hi there, it's Nikki Momo here, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am back. I am now back to doing YouTube videos. Not on my regular schedule, but I'm going to try. I took a week off of making YouTube videos because I am so busy with 2 jobs, but I have been going through things mentally, and it's really draining to the point where I don't want to do anything. Things are starting to die down, and I really want to get back into YouTube because in the new year there's going to be tons more cosplays I want to be working on, ton more makeup, get rid of the videos I want to do, and a lot of crafting I want to get done. Last year I did a video of the top 5 cosplays that I made in 2017. I make these videos to look back on the cosplays that I think were better than the other cosplays I made and explain why they were better than the other cosplays. I like to also talk about what I could have done instead of what I did at the time, design and construction techniques. Also, the reason why I like to do these type of videos because I like to see how my work improves, because honestly, you have no idea how it feels to see something that looks so crappy and then you see your current work and you're just like, wow, so much has changed and I can't believe I've gotten way better than I was before. Last year's video, the top 5 was Mad Moxi, Dark Phoenix, Skull Grunt, think Tifa Lockhart, because I think I wore her last year at Anime North, and Harley Quinn because she wasn't finished. So there is a chance that she's probably going to be appearing in this video. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. For number 5, that is at the bottom of this list, and only because she is not finished, it is Bowsette. I have not finished Bowsette yet. What is this? What is, oh my god, you're in my vision. Anyways, yeah, she's not finished. I have bracers that I need to work on, and then I have to work on the turtle shell. So essentially, from what I've been saying to myself and to you guys, that I'm gonna work on Bowsette more. I haven't, and I want to, but again, I'm not wearing her until March, possibly. So I still got time, but out of all the cosplays this year, I did not finish her, and I'm kind of bummed, but I have like 60% things done of her. The crown, I wouldn't change anything. I love it. First time really using EVA foam to craft armor, would you say? But this is a really good headpiece. I like it. I love the eyes. They're painted very well. The balls on here are awesome. And yeah, I just like the way it is. I feel like it's a little bit bigger than what it is, but I don't care. My wig is going to be crazy regardless. The corset, I love how the corset has lining. The binding, however, around it could have been made better, but this is all based on a design I found on Instagram, which I won't post any links of it yet until it's done. But this is gray instead of gold. Again, I'm following a design and I like it gray more than the gold. I could have put the zipper on a lot better. Also, another big thing I would say that could have been, again, done better on the corset was a bigger size, I think. But now that I have dropped weight, it actually fits me a lot better, and now I'm having trouble zipping this. Oh, did I just break the zipper? I just broke the zipper. Not like the zipper on the costume, just the tab of it, but it's not going up. Yeah. This could have been made a lot better. The zipper goes all the way down to like near my butt when I wanted to go to the center of my back, but it's too tight to get past my hips, so or my waist, however, and so I think that I should have done a bigger size, but all in all, I think it's great for how it's made so far. I can't wait to finish her, And for my bracers, since they're made out of EVA foam, they're coming along nicely. I just can't wait to wear her. Everyone's super excited for me to finish her, and yeah, that's all I really gotta say about Bowsette, is that she could be done a lot better, but I am taking my time, and again, she's down on the bottom because she's not finished. In the 4th spot in my top 5 cosplays I made this year, she made it actually in the bottom in my first video, so she's only been bumped up by 1, and that is the new 52 Harley Quinn. I enjoyed making this actually, manipulating previous patterns to make this design was awesome. If you guys haven't seen the video of how I made the cosplay, I only have part 1 and I'm working on part 2 right now. The reason why part 2 is not out yet is because I really want to do a showcase video of how I have her together, or a proper picture. I made my cuffs, I made my leggings and all, and the reason why she's 4 is because she's done. So she doesn't deserve to be on the bottom, but she could have been made better. Why? This is a corset, but there is no boning in the corset because I don't know how to do boning, but I heard it's really easy. But at the time I was making this, I did not know how to do boning. I did not know how simple it was to do. So next time, when I want to do the other version of this design, I want to do boning. When I made the top and everything else, they fitted perfectly, but by the time I wanted to wear her, I dropped weight and everything was loose, so my top was falling off. I had to put like double-sided tape. The bottoms were fine. They were perfectly fine. They're a little bit bulgy in areas because I added a little bit more fabric, but the bottoms were fine. The leggings just did not fit me prior a week before the con. Unfortunately, I lost weight in my legs, so they were very loose, and I forgot to bring double-sided tape, so I had to put, because at the time it was only around electrical tape. That was stupid, and so next time I will bring my double-sided tape. And yeah, I think she could have been done a hell of a lot better. My cape was great. I didn't like my collar. I forgot to put Velcro to keep it sort of flopping at the front here. Other than that, I did not make my daggers, and I did not make my gun holster, which I still need to make. That's the problem with this. There's supposed to be little dagger pockets at the sides here, and I did not add those because I was lazy. I also just realized I didn't finish stitching at the back here, so this is open. Oh well, but I'm pretty proud as how much detail I had to put into it. Like, there were so many pieces I had to work with, especially adding it with the lining, and everything matched up perfectly well. So she deserves to be on the 4th because not only she's completed, but I can't wait to work on the other version that's similar to this. But I already planned on working with different material and adding some boning, but that won't be for a while. For 3rd, it's really simple, but I was able to get it done within a week for the Christmas holidays. Just by saying that, you guys know what it is. We are talking about the Christmas Harley Quinn cosplay. I'm gonna put this on just to be festive. This is by far one of my favorite Christmas cosplays I have made, even though this is literally my first. I love this costume. It's very simple. I rarely work with fleece. The only time I ever worked with fleece was to make my skull grunt hat. But when I was making this, I used a bodysuit pattern that was based on stretch knit, so I went for the largest size for that pattern, and I didn't have a lot of black, so I literally was winging it. But she fits on with alternate ways because I didn't want to waste the fabric. There's snaps here. This would have been a lot easier to wear with if I went on a bigger size. Because of my weird proportionate size and wrong sizing from the patterns, I had to make it this way. I forgot how much I hate working with fur, because when I started working with fur or getting the fur for this cosplay, I was like, why do I hate it? My machine hates me for working with it, so, but in the end it worked very well. The cuffs sit on nicely around my wrists. What I should have done first was added the diamonds before putting the pieces together, because putting the diamonds on after this was all pieced together was harder, because I end up doing things like that instead of just sitting around and doing other things first. It's like I want to get the shell done first before adding the little things. But as well as this would have been a lot easier to put on if I didn't have the sleeves sewed together and attached to the jumpsuit. But other than that, I love how it's perfectly done. It sucks that I don't have a showcase video of it yet, because it hasn't snowed here, and my photographer, when I wanted to get it done before Christmas, unfortunate events occurred, and so she just said, I can't do it. So we're just gonna wait until there's a buckload of snow, and then that will be the time when we'll be doing a shoot. Again, there is no rush. I just really want to do it when there's snow. I have no complaints about this cosplay, but the reason why it's on my top 3 is because it is nicely done. The shape of it is perfect. Absolutely no complaints about it whatsoever. I really like my jester hat. Isn't it cute? I never made a jester hat, but I learned to do pom-poms. That was one thing I would say positive about this cosplay, is that I know it sounds dumb because they're probably super easy for those who know how to do it. I never learned how to do pom-poms, and it was such an easy tutorial to learn. That's why I made it on the top 3. It's just perfectly done, and it's just a very simple design. It's not like crazy, but yeah, that's what I gotta say about it. Okay, now for the top 2. This was difficult because one has more problems than the other, but one has more work, months of work than the other, even though one is like barely any problems, but the other one nah. So I have decided that for my top 2 is Poison Ivy, autumn themed, would be my second cosplay in the top 2. Why? It's simple, but it only took me like a week to do, and I love this cosplay so much. Ever since Nicole Mary Jean made her version, I've been waiting for the right leaves to spark my interest, and I started making this shell in the middle of August when I was going through some crap and I needed the distraction, and I was like, hey, what season's coming up? And I said to myself, fall, so what fall costume I can do? And Autumn Ivy that Nicole Mary Jean did popped in my head. I was like, you know what, it's been years, I don't want to wait anymore. Let's go and get this thing started, because again, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I was ready to go to Michael's and pick up a buckle of leaves. Though I know, overpriced, but I'm sure their leaves would probably be better than Walmart. But then I went in the dollar store and I saw all these beautiful leaves, and I was like, whoa, like dollar store's been amazing lately, and I can't believe that they had this pile of leaves. Like, they had it in bags. I was worried that I had to buy like vines, countless vines, just to cut them and get them. But no, they had them in like little bags. The bracers are very stiff, but they're very comfortable. They're not tightening, they're not loose, they're great. Inside of it is like a burgundy shell, but all the leaves are hot glued. The back of it has elastic band to help my back, so it keeps me in my movement. It doesn't keep my body, especially my boobs, very constricted. The only flaw I would have to say right now, but it's easily fixable, would be the vine straps. At the end of the con, from wearing this for, I don't know, like 6-7 hours, the vines left some nasty red rashes all over my neck because it was so tight of how short it was. It's not very loose, so I gotta fix that. Another one is that the way I have to put it on is a bit confusing, but I mean, what cosplay isn't? But other than that, I was able to make my shoes. I found the perfect high heels at Value Village to hot glue all the leftover leaves I had. There's not a lot of sewing, like there was a lot of sewing in a way, I guess, but there's no problems other than the fact the way I have to put it on. I really like how my vines are my straps to keep my cosplay up. Unfortunately, when I made this was very fitted. But again, when I wore it around the time I wore the new 52 Harley Quinn, Ivy was also very loose. She was very loose around my hips and my butt. I was very disappointed because, again, hooray for losing weight, but the fact that I made this cosplay to fit me perfectly with my body type, I was like, oh, great. So it stayed on and wasn't a lot of it. But yeah, that's why I believe it deserves to be number 2. It's a simple design and it was very easy to make. So that's why she deserves to be that. And I thank Nicole Jean again for making her version as my inspiration to make a fall cosplay to get me out of a sad situation that I needed to distract of. Okay, for my number 1 cosplay in my top 5 that I made this year, can't believe she's made it on the top 1 because obvious reasons. And that would be my Moxi cosplay. This would have been made so much better, but there was so much work putting into this, like a lot of cell shading, a lot of pieces I had to individually sew together. And if you guys haven't seen that video of how I made this cosplay, the links are also down below in the description box. Sadly, again, lost weight, and this was very, 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 very open, so I had to put a dart in the bust area to keep my lady bits inside so they didn't flop out. I'm gonna do a lot of cell shading all the way around, including on the skirt. The skirt is my favorite because I just put it over my head and past my bust, and it just sits perfectly on my hips. I don't have to worry about riding up. I don't have to worry about falling down. Oh, look, there's a hole. I gotta fix that. Actually, no, I don't need to fix that because I plan on revamping this entire top because I messed up horribly with the top here. I made my collar very, very big and I didn't like it, but since I was going to a new con and I wanted to debut her, I just kept working on it until she was done. I was able to make my bag, which I freaking love. I wish I used a different type of material, but I was low on budget and all the money I had saved up was for the new con in Montreal, which was a talkathon. I gotta revamp my belt because, again, I lost weight and I had to shrink it. I had to make my own boots because how often do you find white knee-high boots in a budget? I always found them like for $60 to $80 and I wasn't willing to pay for that for boots that seem to be really rare to use in cosplay. Plus I was going to cell shade the boots, so again, didn't really want to waste a lot of money on them. I loved my gloves. I only grabbed parts of the cosplay to show you. I didn't want to bring out the whole thing, but I will insert pictures right here. More pictures. And loved my gloves. I really did not like my hat. I think my hat could have made a hell of a lot better, but my teacher liked my hat when she was judging me at a costume contest, and she liked how it flopped around like an anime style on top of my head because it was hooked on by clip. So there's a lot of things that could have been done on this cosplay, but I'm very happy with it. It deserves #1 because it took me months to finish this cosplay. I think I started in the beginning of April or May, and it took me a month just to get the top and the skirt done. I draped the top, but I manipulated the skirt part. I love my skirt. Honestly, it's, out of all skirts I've made, this is by far my favorite one. I was able to use the same wig because her hairstyle was the same hairstyle from Borderlands 2, so that was a plus. It saved me money. And the makeup. I love doing Mad Moxi's makeup, and I'm getting so good at it that I'm like done within like a half hour, 45 minutes. Before, it used to take me like, I don't know, like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I wanted to be perfectly detailed. That is it for my top 5 cosplays I made this year. It's been a good year for making cosplays, and I can't wait for next year. Depending my situation goes, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do cosplay, which freaking sucks. I will be explaining that in the new video in the new year, because I'm working until my day off is not until like Sunday, so I'm working until then. But I have a lot of ideas of which cosplays I want to do next year. It's just all about time. I definitely want to work on armor pieces. I definitely want to start working on my first armor pieces. I'm going to be working on Final Fantasy VIII villain Ultimecia. It is going to be Final Fantasy VIII's 20th anniversary. That's probably going to be like one of the biggest cosplays I'll be working next year. Other than that, a few of them in mind, but I'm not going to say much. I have a certain person who comes onto my Instagram and YouTube and likes to copy my cosplays, even though they don't believe me that one was coincidental, but for sure one person just copied my cosplay, and I don't like that. It's kind of petty, but so I'm trying to keep all my cosplays kind of hidden. But I will be working on Belsette. She will be done next year. She will be done next year. I know I missed one. I just realized it. If you're thinking why Wasp never made it to this list, I did not like the way the Wasp was made. I think she could have been done a hell of a lot better, and that was a very, very rushed cosplay, and I don't plan on wearing her. I honestly, that's why she didn't make it, because I can wear all these cosplays more than once. I can always wear her in a different year for Christmas. She was only made to help out Forest City Comic Con in their booth, but I had fun making her. I just was not pleased the outcome I did on her, and it could have been done better, and again, she won't be worn. That is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and if you have any questions regarding about cosplays, or your personal opinion, if you've been following me for quite some time, what cosplay do you think on my top 5 that should have been more of? So like, let's say maybe you thought Ivy was more of a #1 than #2, or you think that my Harley Quinn should have been #2 instead of a 4. I won't be offended if you think that way. That's just your opinion, and then we have my opinion, but sometimes you make more value points than I do. Yeah, and if you have a favorite, let me know in the comments again below which one was your favorite that I have worked on over the year. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a nice like, and if you guys want to follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page, and Twitch, because I'm starting to stream again, video game wise. I don't know about cosplay crafting, but if you want me to do that, let me know. I have a Patreon if you want to contribute to helping me with finances, or like pay towards costume stuff, let me know. I do have a coffee page, so if you don't want to contribute to Patreon and see all the like not safe for work content, go ahead and try that page out. If you want just to donate money here and there, like $3 can make a difference. I could buy a yard of cheap fabric for something, or for accessories and whatnot. And if I don't upload a video before Christmas, Merry Christmas. And if I don't have a new video by the new year, Happy New Year. And I'd like to say thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. See you all in my next video. Bye.